What is up, guys? Welcome to itmeWeekly. JP here, and this week is a very interesting schedule, so let's not waste any time and get straight to it. All right, so as you can see, Monday, it is all the same. We've got itmeWeekly coming out. Tuesday, there will be no live stream because on Wednesday, I am traveling to San Francisco for a show on Thursday, and that show is, of course, episode number 100 of State of the Game. It's going to be live in San Fran with myself, EG in control, Sean, Day9 Pot, and Liquid. Whoa, no, not Liquid. Just Noni, no Liquid Noni. They're all going to be there in person with me. We'll be fueled by alcohol. Alaska Distillery is going to be sending us some vodka. So first off, thank you very much to them. And we will be taking user call-ins, and that number will be live on the show. So make sure to tune in. Give us a call, and we will talk about whatever you guys want. The show's scheduled to start at 8 o'clock Pacific, which is the old time slot of State of the Game, which is 10 Central, 11 Eastern, 3 a.m. GMT. Basically, it's the worst time slot that we could get when we're thinking about a European audience, and that's how State of the Game's been, always. So I am deeply apologetic to all the Europeans. It is the only time slot where all four of us could get together and be in one place. There's no live audience for the show. I know a lot of people are asking about that. If anyone wants to set up a bar craft, I can try my hardest to make sure that the four of us attend it post-show. But I assume that we're all going to be pretty drunk, so you might not even want to bother because I think we're going to be going for about 2, possibly 3 hours long on the show. Other than that, though, on Friday, I'll be traveling back home, so there will be no stream. Saturday, there might be a sub Saturday. I'm not too sure. I don't know if I want to do one yet. I guess we'll just see how I feel. Also, the Final Fantasy XIV Phase 4 beta is going to be starting, so I need to go ahead and jump in that so I can get all my characters maxed because I'm an uber nerd. So yeah, maybe sub Saturday. Just follow me on Twitter and I'll tweet out if you are a twitch.tv subscriber if we'll be doing that. Regardless, Sunday, we have a very European-friendly roleplay going down at 1 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock GMT. That is Roleplay D&D. We are scheduling it that early so that one of the members of the show can make their later plans that day. So it's going to be an interesting time slot for roleplay, but I'm super excited, so hopefully you join us. But that is the schedule for the week. Like I said, it is a little bit different because of the traveling to San Fran. But it is what it is, and for that, we're going to have some supplemental content here on YouTube, and that supplemental content is JPOVs that I was going to release last week, but they'll be releasing this week. I know I said that I'd have a JPOV of Dragon's Crown, but I simply haven't purchased the game yet. Last week, there were a lot of games that came out. I did purchase Tales of Xillia, which, if you watched my stream, there's about 5 or 6 playdays, and a couple videos are released here on YouTube. And I also purchased Pikmin 3. Oh god, I'm having bad thoughts about that game. But we'll have JPOVs up of that this week, and if I can sneak it in, we might do a JPOV of Payday 2, which is releasing tomorrow, Tuesday, August the 13th, and I'm super excited for that. But that's enough of the schedule. No roleplay episodes of any time this week because we simply haven't had a show. So the next roleplay is, like I said, on Sunday for D&D. For Dark Heresy, in case you missed that video, it is on the 24th at 1 o'clock Eastern as well. And last but not least, go check out rodeoarcade.com. You can purchase the roleplay poster. It is a 19-inch by 27-inch poster. It costs $15. It's the best way to support the shows, as well as the cast members, as we are all getting a cut of that. So that is it for the schedule. Now let's move on to the, not question of the week, because I don't know why I was channeling my giant bomb there, but to the fan mail of the week. The first question comes from Crooked Vulture. These were submitted over at reddit.com/r/itmeJP on the weekly question thread. If you have a question, you can submit it there as well. Crooked Vulture asks, and I like these questions, what are your strengths and weaknesses? How do you try to work on those and on things that you feel are your personal shortcomings? I would say my strengths are I'm really good at networking. I have a lot of contacts. I'm able to kind of reach out to anyone, pretty much in any scene, and either get information or ask them if they want to come on a show or do a project with me, et cetera, et cetera. And I guess just through kind of brute force, I've learned how to host a show over the past 2 or 3 years. First starting with ArenaCast and then State of the Game, and now we've got Roleplay, which I don't really host, but I'm a part of. And I can also kind of juggle the technical abilities of like producing a show when it comes to running XSplit and getting everything working in Skype, as well as participating in it, as well as hosting at the same time. So I really think group content is probably my biggest strength. My biggest weakness is solo content. For the longest time there in the StarCraft scene when I was casting and whatnot, I kind of had this journalistic approach where I just basically forced myself to not have a personality. I was very boring, and that's just how I kind of approached casting in StarCraft 2 at that time. It even kind of bled through in State of the Game every now and then. And I think that's probably my biggest weakness. And it's probably the thing that I've been working on the most since I've started live streaming more and doing more YouTube content, is just trying to be myself is probably the best way to say that. In terms of working on it, just work on it every day. The little things. If you get too used to being a certain way, and there's something little that you can do to go out of your way, even if it's so much as I don't know, something silly like having a longer conversation with something at the grocery store or with something. Don't talk to inanimate objects, guys. That's not good. That's not a way to improve yourself. Someone at the grocery store, something like that. It can go a long way to improve kind of your mental status, as well as just how you deal and interact with people on a daily basis. So little things like that, I think, are the ways that that I've improved over time. It's just kind of going outside of my comfort zone when it comes to social situations and whatnot, because then it does kind of come into recording videos and doing videos and things like that. So good question, Crooked Vulture. In fact, all the questions are good. So we move on to the next one. Gredin1 asks, will we ever see a real talk with gaming/streaming personalities such as Man vs. Game, Lethal Frag, Jesse Cox, etc.? Or will it stay as it is, more of the esports personalities? Maybe we will go that route. I think a real talk with Man vs. Game would be a lot of fun. Unfortunately, he is a extremely busy person, as he streams 7 days a week or 5 days a week or some insane amount of time each week. Something like 8 hours a day. It's just crazy. Same as Lethal Frag. He's just as busy. Jesse Cox, just as busy as well. But maybe that's kind of the route that Real Talk goes. I think that Real Talk is kind of this show that doesn't need to be weekly, because when I do an episode of that, it's a long piece of content, right? It's a 2 or 3 hour piece of content, and to do those weekly is a lot for the viewer to watch. So we'll maybe do those like once a month, maybe a couple a quarter, something like that. But that would be kind of cool to do a Man vs. Game or a Lethal Frag or a Jesse Cox or a Dodger or anyone like that, just to learn more about them as a person. So maybe we'll go that route. Thank you for the question, Gred1, and the idea, as I might steal it and do some of those in the future. The last question from Wingman201, what is your goal/future/vision with roleplay? Well, I don't know. It's just kind of a thing right now. It's content that I enjoy doing. It's made things like this possible, and things like that and that and that, and I don't really know. It's a really interesting thing that just kind of blew up, and now Dark Heresy's blowing up, and my YouTube channel's blowing up because of it. Dark Heresy was kind of the first step to quote-unquote franchising it. I'm not sure that I could go any further in terms of making another show, simply because then it's 4 or 5 more people that I have to balance schedules with, and that's becoming a nightmare in itself. A happy nightmare. I'm glad to do it, of course, because I do enjoy the shows, and it's been very fortuitous for me to do all those. But I don't really know what the goal or future is. I guess the goal future is to just start doing those as much as possible, and as frequently as possible, which is pretty tough because of the people on the show and the schedules that everyone's getting, and hopefully that'll become more frequent, especially Dark Heresy, as we've kind of, I think, did a show in July, and I think we're going to maybe get one show in August down, maybe two if we're lucky. I guess the goal, the end goal, would be to maybe twice a year, every quarter, do a role play episode in person, where all four of us are sitting around the table and actually have real die and stuff like that. I think that would be a lot of fun, and it's definitely possible with all the trade shows that all of us visit at the same time. So maybe that's something that we do. I think not this year, of course, because it's too close, but maybe next year at PAX, doing a panel or something with Roleplay. That might be a lot of fun. As Acquisitions Incorporated, Penny Arcade's crew, kind of already does that, and I do enjoy what they do. I don't know. Roleplay's just it's this weird anomaly that I did not expect people to even watch in the slightest, and it is blown up. It is actually crazy. Every day I get tweets saying, "Here is my Dungeons and Dragons crew. Here's a picture of us," and it's like 5 or 6 guys, and I say guys, but it's girls and guys, just playing D&D, and that blows my mind. And I think that's probably the best thing that I can get out of that, and that we can all get out of that. I know that everyone else on the shows that I do, when I show them or when they get pictures of that, they all share it with we all share it with one another, and it's fucking awesome. So I don't know what the goal, future, vision is of Roleplay. It really just started out with, hey Ryan, you want to play some D&D? Yeah, that sounds kind of cool. All right, let me ask Liv and Pink, see if she wants. Hey, Liv and Pink, you want to? Yeah, that okay. I guess I'll play that. Hey Jeff, I'm doing this thing with D&D, and this is the actual conversation with Jeff. Hey Jeff, I'm doing this thing with D&D. Do you want to play? And he's like, yes. I was gonna actually ask myself, but I didn't know how to do it. I'm super excited you did. When do we start? Well, we need a DM. Let me tweet about it. In SC2 ratings feedbacks. Hey, I'd love to DM. I've done it a lot. All right, I guess that's cool. We've never really played before. Sure, no problem. Let's record the first episode, and then 24 episodes later, here we are, like 160 freaking videos, 90 hours worth of content. It's insanity. It's insanity. But I think that's it. So thank you to Gred1, Crooked Vulture, and Wingman201 for the questions. We will see you guys on Thursday when it comes to live content, as we have episode number 100 of State of the Game, which I am so excited for. I cannot wait to be doing the first State of the Game live in person in a studio. It's going to be a lot of fun. That is it for itmeWeekly. Remember to check out State of the Game this Thursday, 8 o'clock Pacific, 11 o'clock Eastern, 3 a.m. GMT, twitch.tv/itmeJP. I'm out. Peace. No funny sign-offs this week, I promise. I'm not doing anything crazy. Just leave. Just go. Just bye.